Hey guys, Matt here, and today I just wanted to drop a short video showing off some of the pickups I got for Record Store Day 2019. Today was Record Store Day, so if I look exhausted, it's because I've been up since 20 after 5 this morning so that I could get to my local record shop and get in line and be first in line, and I thankfully was. And that means I got pretty much everything I was looking for. So let's, not waste any more time, let's have a look at the records. So the first one that I want to show is the Motorhead Overkill and Bomber double 7-inch gatefold. So there's the front of it. Opens up. You got windows to look at the two records. And then that's the back. So you've got Overkill with the B-side, Too Late, Too Late, and Bomber with the B-side of Over the Top. So this is the... That's the... There we go. That's the Overkill. And then on the back, we've got just the band there with Filthy in the middle for Too Late, Too Late. And then on Bomber, we've got this sweet picture. There we go. And then on the backside on Bomber, there isn't really much of a picture for Over the Top. It just has the text there. That's not so much fun. But the Bomber side's pretty cool. So, I don't know, I was a little bit on the fence about getting Motorhead, but then, I don't know, I collect Motorhead stuff when I can, and I don't find it all that often, so I thought this was a pretty cool thing to pick up. So, a nice little package, little gatefold there. You don't see too many gatefold 7-inch sets. I think I have one for Alice in Chains, maybe? There was one last year. I don't know if it's gatefold or not, but it's something similar like this, a double package. Okay, next up we have a 10-inch by Mastodon, and it's called Stairway to Nick John. And this is a tribute to their manager. He passed away, Nick John. He was a big Led Zeppelin fan, so they did a cover of Stairway to Heaven. So the A side is Stairway to Heaven. The B side is also Stairway to Heaven, but it's a live version, and it's pretty trippy. It was taken from the funeral of Nick John. It was recorded via cell phone and put on this 10-inch on the B-side. So pretty crazy stuff. The cell phone recording obviously, doesn't sound great, but the main recording, the A-side, sounds fantastic. I mean, it's an amazing cover. If you watch my video, my favorite or top Record Store Day pickups, I talked about the Feistodon album. Mastodon is really good at covers, and their cover of Stairway to Heaven is awesome. So this is just black vinyl, 10-inch. The vinyl isn't colored or picture, nothing like that. So that's that. Next up, now I took it out of the package, so this is going to make very little sense looking at it this way, but this is David Bowie pinups. And the gaping hole here in the middle is the picture disc, which I have here. I've already put it in a Mophie sleeve, and that is because they put it in that stupid plastic sleeve that just sticks to the vinyl. And if you put these away in a shelf, if they're pressed together at all with other records, over time that plastic will stick to the vinyl, and then you're trying to peel it off, and something transfers from that plastic to the vinyl. I don't know what it is. It's like a film, and you will see it. And I don't know why they do it. So I always, with my picture discs, I always put them in another sleeve. It doesn't have to be a Mophie sleeve. It could be a paper sleeve. So that's the A side, and then the B side is that pretty sweet shot there of David Bowie. This is 1973, I think, something like that. So it's an album of all covers. I somehow did not actually own this record previously. So my first copy is picture disc, which I'm fine with. The quality is actually not terrible. If you're used to picture discs from, like the 70s and that, I know what you're talking about. It sounds really bad. The vinyl for those ones was usually not super thick between the part that plays and then the actual image itself. I find the newer ones are a bit thicker or they're done better. They sound better. That being said, you do still get between tracks, if there's a silent spot, you get that kind of whoosh sound when it's playing. It just goes whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I don't hear it so much when the songs are playing, but it sounds good. It's not terrible. So next up, we've got a soundtrack for Howard Stern Private Parts, and that is on limited edition blue vinyl. And I don't know if you can see here some of the tracks, if it's going to focus or not. Maybe not. So it's got Rob Zombie, you've got Porno for Pyros, Marilyn Manson, Ozzy, Type O Negative, Green Day, the Ramones, Deep Purple, Cheap Trick, Ted Nugent, Van Halen, AC/DC, and then there's also clips from the movie kind of intermix in there, little short clips. So the only thing I don't really like about this is they didn't do it as a gatefold. It's just a single. So what they ended up doing, and I'm sure you've seen this if you've gotten a double album that's not a gatefold, is they just kind of wedge the records in together. I don't like it. So, and they're on these paper sleeves, which, not to sound snobby, but the paper ones drive me kind of crazy. Especially with colored vinyl, you notice it a lot more because you get the white specks. So I'll probably swap those out for something else. So that's the blue. It is a little bit translucent. I don't think you can see it in the video. And they're both the same, so they look quite nice. It's a nice color blue. And so it comes with the two records, and I think it has this one has an insert as well. And the insert just has images from the movie, and then on the back just has the notes for the songs, credits, that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. That one my wife really wanted as well, so that one's kind of a split between us. This one is all her because she's a huge Janis Joplin fan. So this is the Janis Joplin Woodstock. This is the entire Woodstock, her entire Woodstock performance from August 17th, 1969. It's a double album. There's the back side there. And comes with a download code. I think it's just black vinyl. I haven't opened this one up yet because it's not mine. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, I think it's just black vinyl on that. And yeah, so 50th anniversary Woodstock. I don't think there's anything else too special. Now this one I don't think is a gatefold. I can't really tell. Might be, might not be. Hard to know. But I guess you can look that up online. And then once I've got this opened up, I'll probably do another video kind of highlighting these in a little bit more depth. I just kind of wanted to go over them today while I was still awake and show them off. And I'm realizing I'm getting tired because I'm looking at the screen and not the camera. So, the last one was one I was really looking forward to, and I probably just gave it away as I moved over. That is the Crow soundtrack. This is the licensed music. So not the score, which I think came out last year or the year before. So you can see that there. You've got The Cure, Stone Temple Pilots, Nine Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Rollins Band, Pantera, all sorts of the Jesus Mary Chain. Like, it was kind of a who's who of the heavier side of the grunge. 1994, yeah. So like just coming out at the end of the grunge era, but the heavy stuff, again. And if you know the movie, the soundtrack is a huge part of why this movie works. So it's got a nice gatefold there. There's the inside. Go. And I don't think this had anything but the records, no. I think I just have maybe some of the hype stickers in there. But the vinyl is colored, fittingly enough. It's black and white. So that's album number 1, record number 1. Solid white through and through. Nice sleeves that came with this one. The plastic, or whatever they are, like the non-static sleeves. And then this is the other side, which is just black. However, this album is only 3 sides, meaning, of course, that the 4th side, I'll make sure I get this the right way. 4th side, oh, come on, there we go, look at that, there, ooh, look at that etching, isn't that nice? That's really nice. Really nice. So that's the D side of the album, has that etching. So obviously you don't want to play that, but it looks really nice. So that's all I ended up picking up this year for Record Store Day 2019. It really came down to money, really. There was a few other ones that I thought about picking up, the Office Space soundtrack, and there was another Motorhead one that was kind of interesting. But yeah, it's just, you know, it gets expensive. I would say certainly over the past 5-6 years, Record Store Day records have gotten quite a bit more expensive. I'd say 4 or 5 years ago, the money I spent today, I probably could have got close to double the amount of albums that I got today. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword. The draw of Record Store Day is great, gets people maybe who aren't regular day-to-day record store shoppers in the door. However, because of the demand, then the record prices go up. So that's, you know, that's the downside, and it might start to price people out. I've heard people are kind of hit and miss on Record Store Day now, especially people that are regular collectors, just because, you know, some of the stuff can be a little bit hokey for sure. Some of it's, you know, reissues that have already been reissued, or there's plenty of copies. But then there's a lot of stuff that just has never been on vinyl, or it's, you know, a different version or something like that. So, I don't know. For me, there's definitely stuff left for Record Store Day that's worth getting, but certainly the price is getting a little bit high. But anyways, that's a topic for another time. I just wanted to go over my pickups. So there you have it. Why don't you, if you went out today for Record Store Day and picked up some cool stuff, why don't you put it down in the comments what you got? Maybe you've got some questions or comments about the records I picked up today. Leave me a comment. I'll be sure to answer it. And yeah, and let me know what you think of Record Store Day. Are you still on board? Have you kind of get pushed to the side just based on the pricing and some of the stuff they're releasing? Let me know. And until next time, I'll see you later.